San Pedro Creek at the Capistrano Bridge, where there's a fish ladder. There used to be a few fish ladders here before the restoration project that went in. This one works, I think, pretty well. It's not too much of a leap for the fish. And before this was put in, there was a metal fish ladder, and the fish really didn't like it, and they would just tend to go around it with really high flows. This is a section of the creek. It's very straight, very straightened. You can look at air photos from the 50s and even earlier and see that it was straightened. This was one of the last areas with farms down here where growing artichokes. This Capistrano Bridge, box culvert up there. The fish ladder that we were looking at earlier is just on the other side. And this is the section of the creek that is had some restoration, some step pool restoration put in. In the early mid-2000s, I think. Before that project, the creek had eroded down vertically 5 meters. The project brought in about 4 meters vertically at the top end, and that grades down to the lower end, back to the original grade. I'm looking at one of the log steps in the step pool restoration of San Pedro Creek below Capistrano. Extending on down, there's only 15 or so of these logs like this. The basic idea of these things, they concentrate the flow in the middle. Some of them have a notch cut into them to concentrate the flow there. So at high flows, you get a lot of scouring flows, and that keeps that pool open. Never a problem for salmonid like steelhead to kind of make their way upstream through here. There's a lot of flow through here, and they're used to climbing up steps. That's how they move upstream to spawn. This is toward the lower end of the Capistrano project, log step number 12, and you can see these down here, several of them along the way have a notch cut into this, so that concentrates the flow. The idea of it being maintaining a pool below that, and then finding obviously it's going to be a good place for the steelhead to migrate upstream. We'll continue on. Yeah, stuff washes down, all kinds of things wash down this creek. And this would be step number 13. There's the notch over on that side, and the pool below it. Where we are. And then the next step, number 14 there. So this is step number 14. Another pool below it. Pretty consistent with how it works here. Now, step number 15 is the last log step. And everything below here is, there's a few steps, but they're all in rock. And again, these, all the big rock here was brought in, so just like the logs that were brought in here. But, you know, it's been 15 years since this project went in. So there's been a lot of adjustment of it. Obviously, a lot of transport of gravels and things like that through it. The bigger boulders aren't going to be moving very fast, so they're still pretty close to where they were originally placed. This is the lower end of the project, where we get back to the original grade. Those 15 steps followed by log steps, followed by these rock steps over that distance. At the upper end, about 4 meters of sediment brought in, and this is the lower end. This is looking very much like the stream would have looked like before the restoration project. Very grown over with vegetation. The project ended up having a lot taller alders. They keep it a little more open down here. But the lower part, all kinds of different vegetation. A lot of willows, lots of blackberry, stuff like that hanging down, and other kinds of elements of the coastal selva.